Welcome everybody to the Mysidia planning guide. So this is a little bit different than the unit planning guide where I talk about everybody. In this video, I'm just going to talk about my own plans and kind of what I'm hoping to do with my own account. And I do think that I've found a direction for my account. I mean, it's pretty clear that I've been pulling on fire units, but I have some other directions that I'd kind of like to dabble in if possible. A big part of it is how well my pulls go. And as people may know, my pulls have been going pretty well lately. So I'm in good shape for, you know, some future pulls here. But if anything doesn't go right, then I might have to check things off my list. So let's take a look at this schedule here and kind of pick out who I'm looking forward to. So first things first, you know I'm a fire main, and I also like to dabble in the lightning element, and there's kind of a link there with the dark Ifrit that makes it easier to build these two things together. But there's also another theme that actually ties them together, and it's great swords. So there's multiple good fire greatsword units, multiple good lightning greatsword units, and then there's some other ones in the game as well. But I actually think now with Hio and with his VC and some of the other VCs out there that I am going to focus on greatswords as one of the weapon types for my account. And if we do get Winter Ravias and her vision card next week, or you know, and sometime in the future here, that is going to be very interesting because she's a greatsword user and she also has a greatsword type VC. There's only 4 in the game, and you don't have to get them right away when they come up because, again, like Winter Ravias is going to come back, but still it's something that I have to consider. So the way that my account is now, I have about 80,000 FFVIIR. I don't think I'm going to be pulling for her. That's for sure. I don't need her right now. I can always get her in the future. Her vision card, right now I'm leaning towards not pulling for it and waiting for another rerun in the future to then build it up. And part of that is that there's not that many greatsword vision cards right now, so it's not like I need it to complete the set. I need 2 more in the game, you know, to exist before I can actually build a 6-card greatsword team. So I'm going to skip that for now, but that is on my radar, and I definitely want that vision card, and maybe I want that unit, although I'm not 100% sure on that either. I'm also very excited for the Full Metal Alchemist collab. I'm excited for Satia's upgrade as well, as we can see up there. But during this collab, there's one main target that I actually want to get, and that is Roy Mustang and his vision card to accompany him. So those 2 things are well within my reach considering the FFVIIR that I have right now. But there is a bonus thing that I would like to do if possible, which is pull for Alphonse Elric. And I'm kind of split on this. I don't think I'm going to do it right away. What will happen is I'll see how the Roy pulls go. If they go really well, then maybe I'll go for Alphonse as well. I really like Alphonse as a character, and he's a lightning unit, and he's one of these new age tanks. So I just think there's a lot to like there. But the other side of it is that I'm probably not building fist teams with the new vision cards, so I don't necessarily need him. And I do have Snow. It's Alphonse. I mean, come on, it's Alphonse. So he's a big maybe on my account. I'm really on the fence about him, but I will be going for Roy. I will be going for his vision card. And then when we get out of this Full Metal Alchemist period, it's kind of a slower period for me because we go look over onto the right side here. We got Reagan, who's an ice unit. His vision card doesn't have great swords on it. And then the other warrior of the crystals, you know, I might transcend Velis, but other than that, you know, I'm not really too worried about it. But that does bring me to my 3rd focus. My 2nd focus was the greatswords. Then my 4th focus is going to be glove type weapons. So that's going to start with Roy Mustang here, but that's not where it's going to end. So this is where we are in global right now. We're going to come up to this blank week, and that's going to either be, you know, Lightstern moved up, or maybe it's going to be Full Metal Alchemist, or we don't really know. There's something that's going to fill this gap. Maybe it's going to be the winter units. But after this period, after Reagan, after his vision card, that's when we'll see Vega, and then Valentine Miranda. After all of that is my next target, and that is Kefka. So Kefka is a fire unit. He is a glove magic attacker. So he's going to pair with Roy, and he comes with a vision card that also supports gloves. So I'm going to be going in hard for that target and hopefully building a glove team with Kefka, with Roy, and maybe some other glove users, which means that if we get a summer rerun, I'm going to be very interested in Summer Helena because she's a lightning unit, which fits my account, and she's also a glove unit, which fits my account. So there's a lot of potential there for some really fun teams. Now, I don't think you're going to run 3 glove units necessarily because you don't really have a tank in that case. It's very map dependent and matchup dependent, but still collecting all these units that will be useful for that kind of team is going to be important to me. Otherwise, there's not really anything else on the horizon that I'm too excited for, except for Galzak, actually, the MR unit, the Earth unit. I just really like him as a character, so I'm excited that he's in the game. But that's kind of it. That's my outlay. So I've got 80,000 Visior. I've got 2 units that I'm for sure pulling and 2 vision cards that I am for sure pulling. And then everything else is just circumstance, whether I have the extra Visior or not. Seems like I'm in a pretty reasonable place to be considering those are my goals. But if I do end up going for anything extra like Alphonse, Elric, I could get into a kind of a tight space Visior wise. So hopefully it works out for me. And, you know, I just keep pulling fire because it's been insane so far since the anniversary. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I actually did pull for the Sharpening of the Dragon's Talon vision card this week because it is a Greatsword vision card and I didn't want to just have to chance on having to off banner it later. However, I am not going to be buying any shards for this vision card. I've got the bingo board done and I'm going to be doing the hard quest until I eventually finish it. There's going to be no stress on that part and it's not going to suck any extra Visior. I did have to go the full 10k to pull for it. And then I didn't have to buy any shards after that. So 10k investment, I get a vision card that eventually is going to be an absolute staple in my Greatsword team. Because I mean, look at this. It is such a good card with slash resistance, attack, and accuracy. I love to see it. But now I'm kind of curious if you guys have plans of your own or what you think of my plans. Am I not accounting for anything? Is there any surprise things that you think we're going to get in that time span between Fullmetal Alchemist and FF6? Maybe more Glex units, maybe a Halloween rerun, and that would actually be something that I'd be very, very interested in because I need Halloween River use TMR. I just need it. I'm going to get it. I'm not going to wait again. If it comes up, I will pull for it. I will have to max them, or maybe I'll slow build them. I don't know. But seriously, something's got to give. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon in another video.